scholars, my name is Cristal and I use pronouns she, her, hers, and ella. I'm with ASU's Career and Professional Development Services, and in this quick video, we'll cover some tips to help you prepare for interviews. The first step in the interview preparation process is to do your research. It's your duty to make sure that you know the job description really well. The skills and experiences that you already feel really confident in are going to be easy for you to talk about and showcase. This being said, you should always prepare to talk about the skills and experiences that you don't feel as confident in. Some things to consider are how are you going to gain those skills and what experiences you already have that you can build from. You should also be checking out the company or organization's culture. To do so, it's really important that you visit the organization's website and gather information about the organization through platforms like Handshake, LinkedIn, and Glassdoor. The idea is that you want to make sure that you have a solid idea of the company's values and their culture. And finally, be prepared to ask good questions that demonstrate that you did your research. Really, this also communicates that you're genuinely interested in the role and contributing to the organization. Identify if the company is a good fit. So you can keep these questions in mind while you are researching. Think about what are some of the reasons why you chose Starbucks? What about the company's culture of inclusion, accountability, and mindfulness really appeal to you? And what values are you seeking from a new employer? Your thoughts on these questions can really help you to decide what to ask during an interview, which can ultimately inform your decision and help you feel comfortable accepting a position with the new organization. Your opportunity to ask questions is also your opportunity to get the full picture. When brainstorming what questions to ask, make sure that your questions are not things that you can easily find online, and always be as specific as possible. Some things that you can be asking about are the company culture, clarifications on job responsibilities, opportunities for growth within the organization, and what your first 30 days will look like. Now, get ready to answer some interview questions. So think about your previous interviews and perhaps consider your interview with Starbucks. What were questions that you felt really comfortable with? And what are some of the questions that you struggled with? Some of what you might expect are questions about your strengths and challenges, scenario-based questions, and questions about your future goals. These are the 3 types of questions that you should prepare for. The first of which is traditional, which are questions that are really tailored to try to get to know you. There's also behavior-based questions, which really prompt you to tell a story. And finally, there's technical questions, which try to get an idea of what your knowledge is about a specific product. Perhaps it's a software or a piece of equipment. CPTS does have tons of resources, including handouts and videos, and you can also set up an appointment with either a career advisor or a career development peer to help you prepare for interviews. We recommend using the STAR method to answer any behavior-based questions because this offers a way to give a complete yet concise response. Really, it's best that you talk through one full example based on your experience. The STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and result. The situation is an example from a job, a volunteer experience, perhaps a project that you've completed, or an internship. And really, that you're wanting to respond what happened in that situation. Task is what was the problem that needed to be solved and what decision had to be made. Action is what action did you take in the situation? What did you contribute perhaps to that solution? And this really can be the most important piece of this response. And then finally, there's result. And whether that was a success or a failure, the idea is that you're communicating what you learned from that situation. Some examples of behavior-based questions that you can use the STAR method for are, tell me about an experience where you were part of a successful team and what part did you play? Tell me about a boss or a coworker that you didn't like and how did you handle working with them? And give me an example of a time where you were proud of an accomplishment at work. So now that you've done your research and thought through potential questions, it's time to think about the actual interview. So you should know the industry or organization's norm for interview dress and make sure that your clothing fits well. If your interview is in person, you should plan to arrive 5 minutes early. And if your interview is online, perhaps virtually or a recorded interview, you should always make sure that you test your technology and that you secure a clean and quiet space. Be mindful of your body language. Make sure that you're always using good posture, you're maintaining eye contact, and that you're smiling, right, while maintaining a friendly tone. And then finally, follow up whenever possible so that you are able to thank the interviewer and also reiterate your interest in the role. That brings us to the end of this video. Sun Devils have access to free career resources for life. We are here to help you in your career development needs, and including in the interview process.